Well, he's left-handed, and he hits this one with authority. That one is out of here. Juan Soto's first home run as a New York Met, a laser, and so many more to come in the next 15 years. It usually doesn't take long for Soto to hit his first home run with a new team. He did it in Washington right away. With the Yankees, it was his third game. With the Mets, his second.
Sometimes you got to let people know what neighborhood you're from. That ball is squared up.
Starting Marte struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. And Marte unloads one to left field. Back goes Sanoja, back at the wall, and it's out of here. Starling Marte with a towering home run. His first of the year to tie the game at 1. Just the Mets' second home run in their first 4 games. Soto had the first, and now Marte has the second. In the 3-2. In the air, deep right center, back toward the gap. Myers near the wall, and it's out of here! Pete Alonso, grand slam! First home run of the year for Alonso, his 4th career grand slam, and it's 6-1 New York.
And when you have a lineup like the Mets have, you cannot give free passes. And that is just letting the ball get deep.
Scarfs one out to center field. Back near the wall goes Hill, and it's out of here. I think it went off his glove and over the wall, and it's a home run for Torrens, who was not sure. It's a 2-run homer for Torrens, the Mets' 3rd home run of the night, and it's 8-1. That was bizarre. I thought he caught it. He went up, got his glove on the ball, but the ball went over the wall off his glove. 1-2 coming. And Nimmo cracks one out to center field. Hill racing back, takes a look, and it's out of here! Brandon Nimmo with the Mets' 4th home run of the night. First of the year for Brandon. It's 10-1 New York. Well, Sunday was a day of rest for the Mets, and Monday the bats have been cooking.
Hanging slider right there on a tee. Brandon squares off.
Nimmo cracks one to deep right field. That ball's heading toward the wall and out of here. Brandon Nimmo with his 2nd home run in 2 nights to cut the Marlins lead to 2-1.
Right down the middle. If you stay back and that ball's on the doesn't get it on the outside corner, it's lights out.
Well, the Mets, who had all the long ball last night. So Alonso drives one deep center field. Sanoja back, takes a look, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso ties the game with a 3-run homer. Dead central into the greenery. On a day when the Mets have been falling all over themselves, Alonso's been front and center, hitting bullets all over the ballpark, and that one clears the wall to tie the game. Game-tying 3-run homer in the 8th inning on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. In Miami. And he lifts one out to right field, chasing Rodin back to the warning track, and it's out of here! Pete Alonso goes the other way for a 2-run homer. Just a little half swing, and he hits it out to the other field. His 3rd home run of the year, and the Mets jump out to a 2-0 lead. First curtain call of the year. Last 4 games. And Lindor blasts one to deep right field. Back goes Stowers at the wall. It's out of here. Francisco Lindor with his 1st home run of the year. And he gets the Mets off to a fast start. 2-1 Miami. So Lindor gets a leadoff hit in the 1st inning for a 5th consecutive game, and this time he circles the bases. 34th at bat of the year, his 1st home run. Breeze, light breeze out of the south. Nimmo cranks one to deep right. Butler throws back, takes a look, that's gone. Brandon Nimmo socks his 3rd home run of the year, and the Mets jump out in front 1-0.
You know, Gary, the first 6 games here, 18 home runs were hit in this ballpark. Now 19, the one by Nimmo, and this one was a no-doubter. A line shot.
That one didn't need any help from the condition. Got a 2-0 pitch and cranked it. Been hit by a pitch. Driven in the air to deep left field. Back goes left fielder Andujar, and it's out of here. 4th home run of the year for Pete Alonso to put a capper on another big night for Pete. 7-4 New York. This is the best start to a season that Pete Alonso has ever had. He is just on everything. Nimmo gets a hold of one deep right field. Forget that. That ball's going to sail well up on the berm. And Nimmo's got his second home run in the series to get the Mets on the board. Last night it was a line drive. This time a towering shot onto the grassy knoll for his fourth home run of the season. In scoring position. He lifts this one out to right center field. Pretty well hit. Back goes Buxton, back near the wall, and it's out of here. A 2-run homer for Juan Soto. His second home run as a Met, and the Mets extend their lead to 5-1. Soto's first hit this year with a runner in scoring position, and he clears the high fence in right center for a 2-run homer. Rounding out the crew. And Alonso lofts one to deep left center. Back in the gap, looking up is Buxton, and it's out of here. Into the bullpen. Pete Alonso with his 5th home run of the year. And the Mets jump in front 1-0.
Fastball down the middle. Oh, boy. Center cut, as you like to say, Gare. Mid-thigh, right in Pete's wheelhouse. If I was in that dugout, Gare, I'd be rubbing up near his next to his bat. He has just been sizzling.
Soto drives one to deep right field, back toward the corner, right at the wall, and it's out of here. Juan Soto homers for the 2nd straight night, and he ties the game at 2. He hit the ball hard his first time up tonight, and now he's got his 2nd home run in his last 3 at-bats, his 3rd of the year, and the Mets have gotten back even. And the fly ball over toward the right field corner. Walker back near the wall. It's out of here. A home run from Mark Vientos, his first of the season. Just inside the right field foul pole and just over the wall. In his 63rd at bat, Vientos hits his first home run of 2025. And the Mets have a 1-0 lead.
Into left field, going back is Scott at the track, at the wall. It's gone! Mark Vientos, back-to-back nights with a home run. This one ties the game at 3.
Boy, oh boy, did he turn.
Look at the target from the catcher. That's where he wanted it.
And it's up and in, and he just turned. That's a quick bat.
Brandon Nimmo takes strike. Fly ball! That should do it! Upper deck! It's gone! Francisco Lindor walks it off for the Mets. His first walk-off home run in a Mets uniform, and this place is going wild on a Friday night. And that was Francisco Lindor's 250th career home run. Now breaks the tie for the 5th most home runs as a shortstop with Jose Valentin.
Oh my! That ball is tortured by Pete Alonso. It's 80 degrees, but it's still the polar bear's natural habitat.
And then he gets the slider, and then he does not miss it. Same location as the sinker, too, but coming into his swing, which allowed him to get full extension out there, and that ball was absolutely smoked.
Or has 2 career home runs against Gray. And that's in the air to deep right field. Back goes Walker near the wall. It's out of here. Francisco Lindor strikes again, and it's 1-0 New York. 22nd career leadoff home run for Francisco Lindor, his 2nd this season. And the Mets jump out to an instant lead.
Basically, there was the same pitch, Ronnie, just about, that Fernandez threw the game winner to Lindor the other night.
And the curveball hit down the line toward the stand. That ball's out of here, and Lindor has hit leadoff home runs in back-to-back games. He's hit 4 home runs this season. 1 was a walk-off. The other 3 have come leading off the 1st inning. And Winker slams one deep right center. Rojas will go back, take a look, but that ball is gone. 2nd straight inning, the Mets have led off with a home run. Jesse Winker's 1st of the year. And it's 2-0 New York.
Keith, the problem is when you're trying to establish in, you have to be able to throw strikes in. If you don't, you get in hitters counts, 2-0, and things like this can happen.
I was actually surprised he threw him a fastball there.
Might get the answer. Deep center field. Stevenson back near the wall. It's 6-0 New York. And Beatty crashes one deep right field. Forget that. Way back and out of here. Brett Beatty with his first home run of the season, and it was a monstrous shot. 2-0 New York. Well, with the decision looming in the next 2 days, Brett Beatty casts his lot with one huge swing. And Alvarez flies one down the right field line, slicing toward the corner, and it's out of here! A 2-run homer for Francisco Alvarez in his 5th at-bat of the season. Kept it fair inside the right field foul pole. First home run of the year for Alvarez, and it's 2-0 New York. I don't know about you guys, but I kept expecting that ball to slice foul, and it never did.
It stayed very true down the right field line. Alvarez is pumped. Oh, what a great home run coming off the IL.
And McNeil slugs one deep to right center, back toward the wall, and it's out of here! Jeff McNeil with his first home run of the season. And the Mets have a 3-0 lead. Jumping the first pitch fastball from Trevor Williams and hitting it up over the scoreboard fence. McNeil with 2 RBIs today, his first home run of 2025. And Nimmo cracks one out to right center field. Back in the gap goes Cruz. Back to the warning track, takes a look, and it's out of here! Brandon Nimmo with a 3-run homer. His 5th home run of the year, and the Mets have doubled their lead. It's 6-0 New York in the 6th. Brandon got a 2-0 fastball, and he made no mistake. Of the year, the 115th of his career, and he slams this one to deep right field. Back goes Cruz, back to the wall, and it's out of here. A grand slam for Brandon Nimmo. A 2 home runs, 7 RBI day for Nimmo. 11-0 New York.
That's how you get fat.
What a day for Brandon. He's been struggling. We mentioned it since the 2024 All-Star break, a 190 average, a 590 OPS. He has turned that around in huge fashion. Ooh, fly ball deep center field. Young goes back, looks up, and it's out of here. A 3-run homer for Mark Vientos, his 3rd of the year, which is great for Vientos, but it takes away from Nimmo's ability to pad his RBI total.
Yeah, Brandon's got to score himself for the record.
It's now 19-5. He drives this one out to left field. Back goes Gurriel to the warning track, and it's over the head. And did it hit the railing? I think it did. It's a home run for Francisco Lindor. A 2-run homer for Lindor, his first as a right-hand batter, his 6th of the year. And the Mets have put up 4 2-out runs in the 2nd inning to jump on Eduardo Rodriguez. 4-0 New York. Marte gets a hold of one to left field. Gurriel back to the warning track, back at the wall, and it's out of here! Starling Marte with his 2nd home run of the season, a 2-run shot. A towering blast into the seats and left. 6-0 New York. Well, the Mets scored 16 runs in the last 4 innings yesterday. And they've added 6 in the first 3 innings today. And Pete rockets one to deep left. Forget that. That is way out of here. Pete Alonso puts one into orbit for his 7th home run of the season. Number 233 lifetime. As he unloads for the Mets' 3rd home run of the night. It's 8-0. Long drive, deep left field off the bat of Vientos. Near the wall, it's out of here. Mark Vientos breaks the ice with his 4th home run of the year. Things have been on the upswing for Vientos. And he clubs one out of the ballpark to give the Mets a 1-0 lead. With a chance. And Taylor slugs one to deep left field. Barossa goes back. That ball is out of here. Tyrone Taylor gets the 9th inning off to a scintillating start with his first home run of the season. And now it's 4-2 Arizona. Boy, do those insurance runs in the top of the 9th look enormous. That's the first home run Justin Martinez has allowed this year. Martinez is not throwing the way he normally does. Gets this one in the air to deep left center field. Back in the gap, Gurriel takes a look, and it's out of here! Juan Soto's first Citi Field home run as a Met. All you have to do is flip the calendar page to the month of May, and Soto goes deep in Flushing.
He's been hitting a lot of that fly balls to left field on that same pitch, just getting under it. This one he did not. Yeah, he got the barrel on it.
To Soto, and he flies this one well to left center field. Back in the gap goes Thomas near the wall. It's out of here! Second of the day for Juan Soto. He's broken the dam and the water's flowing through. 2 home runs to the identical spot in back-to-back at-bats, and once again Soto gets the Mets back within a run.
Same pitch, same spot, belt tie. He's starting to zero in.
And Pete hits one out to center field. Back goes Scott to the warning track. Back at the wall. It's out of here! Pete Alonso flips the game, and the Mets go back in front. Number 8 for Alonso, a 2-run shot, and it's 4-3 New York.
One too many breaking balls.
So Sonny Gray gives a back-to-back extra base hits on 0-2 breaking balls, and the Mets go back in front. Brandon Nimmo flies one out to right center as we start the 7th. Back in the gap goes Scott near the wall. It's out of here! Brandon Nimmo launches a home run on the first pitch of the 7th inning. Number 7 for Nimmo. The Mets' second home run of the night, and it's 7-3 New York.
Oh boy.
Pete hits one out of sight to left field. Forget that. That is way, way out of here. Pete Alonso strikes for his 9th home run of the year. A 2-run shot to put the Mets in front 2-1. Wow. The season of Pete continues. What a monstrous beginning to 2025 for Pete Alonso.
What a monstrous home run. That was a bomb.
And he rockets this one to deep right field. Back goes Carroll at the wall. It's out of here! 3-run homer, Francisco Lindor. Nearly splashed it down in the pool. 7th home run of the year for Lindor. And it's 5-1 New York.
Never a good thing to have a right-handed submariner against a left-hander and vice versa. It's not a good matchup.
And Soto gets under one to deep center field. Back goes Thomas to the warning track near the wall, and it's out of here! Juan Soto hits it over the 25-foot yellow line in center field for his 6th home run of the year. And the Mets strike first in the 6th inning. It's 1-0 New York. That ball just kept on carrying and carrying. Great backspin by Soto. His 6th home run, and the Mets grab the lead. And Juan hits one out to left field. That's it well. Back goes Gurriel, takes a look, and it's out of here! Soto with his 2nd of the game. A line drive the other way for his 7th home run of the year. His 2nd 2-home run game against the Diamondbacks in the last 10 days. And the Mets now have a 4-0 lead in the 8th. So they left the left-hander in to face Soto, and Soto took him deep.
Perfect, didn't overswing.
Now and ahead of him 0-2. And he flies one out to right field. Back goes Tucker to the warning track. Back near the fence. It's out of here. Francisco Lindor leads off the game with a home run for the 4th time this season. And the Mets have a 1-0 lead, 1 batter in. Battle between division leaders up against a pitcher who's given the Mets fits. 0-2 pitch, and Lindor gets the Mets off to a flying start. And Beatty gets one in the air to left center field. Back in the gap goes Crow Armstrong at the wall. It's out of here! Brett Beatty with his 2nd home run of the season. Put in the lineup tonight, and Beatty makes the move pay off. 2nd straight inning, the Mets have led off with a home run. 2-0 New York. What was called a hamstring cramp, and he drives this one to deep right field. Tucker looks up, and it's out of here! Mets playing long ball tonight. Their 3rd home run in the first 2 innings. 2nd home run of the year from McNeil, and it's 3-0 New York. Well, Jeff had not DH'd in a game since 2022. Finds the first offering from Tyone to his liking. He smacks this one to deep right field, and that ball's going to sail out of here. Juan Soto with his third home run in the last 2 games, and the Mets' 4th home run of the night. 8th home run of the year for Juan Soto. 6-1 New York.
He tried to double up inside. Soto fouled the first one off, and he didn't miss this one.
1-1. Beatty lifts a breaking ball deep right center field. Racing over is Tucker. Throw Armstrong's at the wall. It's gone! And the Mets are right back in it with the long ball. It's 4-3. Back-to-back nights for Beatty with a blast.
Beatty opens up, backspins this ball into the bullpen in right center field. And the Mets are right back in this game. The struggles with runners in scoring position, all gone with one swing.
Welcome back, Brett Beatty. Beatty sends it the other way. Well struck ball. Suzuki back at the wall. Nobody's hotter for the Mets than Brett Beatty all of a sudden. His second of the night makes it a 1-run game again. Opposite field power for a second straight night. 3 home runs in the series. And this is a 1-run ball game with 2 down in the 8th.
And now, Mark Vientos tries his hand and he launches one to deep left field. Suzuki back near the wall. It's out of here. Last night it was Brett Beatty hitting 2 home runs and driving in 5. Tonight it's his good friend Mark Vientos laying down his marker. His 5th of the year gives the Mets a 2-1 lead.
Well, we talk so much about the 3rd time and the stuff falling off a lot. And sometimes it's location in the 17 innings.
Lindor smacks one to deep right field. Tucker back on the warning track at the wall. It's out of here! Francisco Lindor puts the Mets back in front with his 9th home run of the year. 3-2 New York.
He's pretty amazing how he has the ability to get the team started and to finish games. And he does it so many different ways, but he's done it with big home runs this year. And there's one right there.
Nimmo. And he slugs one to deep right field. Tucker back to the warning track. Back at the wall. It's out of here. Brandon Nimmo with the Mets' 2nd home run of the bottom of the 8th inning. His 8th of the year, a 2-run shot. And now the Mets have scored 4 times in the bottom of the 8th and lead the Cubs 6-2.
Well, we knew both starters would not go into the 7th or the 8th, and it became a game of the bullpens. And so far, the Mets bullpen has outpitched the Cubs.
Fly ball left field, well hit. Canario back near the wall, and it's out of here! Brett Beatty with a home run. They did not, they do call it a home run. Beatty stopped at second base. The third base umpire, Lance Barrett, finally signaled home run, and the Mets go back out in front. Beatty's 4th home run of this homestand, his 5th of the year, and it's 2-1 New York.
It is just so refreshing to watch this young man have some success.
Lindor flies one toward the left field wall. Looking up is Duran, and it's off the wall. It's gone. A home run. It cleared the green monster and came back on the field. A home run for Lindor, his 10th home run of the season.
Oh, I thought that hit the light tower.
Yes, it did indeed hit the light tower. Well, they say light tower power, right?
Right.
The Mets have won the last 23 games that Lindor has homered.
Beatty, former 1st-round pick. And he hits one in the air to right, pretty deep. Back for it is Hernandez. He's out near the wall, and it's gone. Brett Beatty continues his hot hitting and gets the Mets on the board here in the 3rd.
Well, Wayne, that was a sweet swing by Beatty. He was waiting on that slider up, and he did not miss it. And I tell you, he took missing those plays into the dugout. Sauer making a mistake up in the zone. Beatty paying for it.
He swings, drives one to left field, and the polar bear has put the Mets back on top. Alonso's 10th of the year, RBI 31 and 32, and you have to give Juan Soto some credit for getting down the line and extending the inning for Pete Alonso.
Defense making the routine plays, not being able to do so. That extra pitch, Pete Alonso made him pay. Started off the season as hot as anyone in baseball.
And Alonso drives one to center. Taylor eases back near the wall, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso with his 11th home run of the season, a 2-run shot to tie the game. Just as he did on Sunday night, after Ohtani's first inning home run, Alonso responds with a 2-run homer in the bottom of the first. This time he gets the Mets even.
Record.
And that's slugged out to right field, deep. Back goes Kaufman near the wall. It's out of here. Jared Young's first hit as a New York Met is a 2-run homer. And it puts the Mets in front 4-2 in the opening inning.
He's hit some balls right on the nose. This one, he got in the air to right field. A powerful young man from British Columbia.
Vientos flies one to deep right field. Kaufman back, looks up the wall. It's out of here. Mark Vientos goes the other way for a 3-run homer, and the Mets are right back in it. It's 5-3.
He missed one down the middle, up, but this one kind of a spinning breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. That sped up his bat and was able to keep it fair to right field.
6th home run of the year for Vientos.
Down to 269. Lindor gets under one, deep left center. Back in the gap goes Beck. Back near the wall. He leaps and it's out of here.
Francisco Lindor leads off the bottom of the first inning with his 11th home run of the year. That's his 5th leadoff home run this season.
And the Mets jump out to a quick 1-0 lead. The last 24 games in which Lindor has hit a home run, the Mets have won the game.
Groove.
Marte socks one out to center field. Doyle eases back, takes a look, and it's out of here.
Starting Marte with his 3rd home run of the season. And it's 3-0 New York.
Now Marte continues to adjust to his role, and he has been swinging the bat much better lately.
And another fastball, the same spot where Lindor went deep.
3rd home run of the year with a first inning home run.
And Lindor smacks one to deep left center field. Back in the gap goes Doyle near the wall, and it's out of here. Francisco Lindor with his 2nd home run of the night. They call it in play, but it clearly went off the railing. That's going to be a home run.
We'll have home runs from both sides of the plate in the same game.
It's going to be number 12 and a big night.
And that's driven to the gap in right center field, headed out toward the wall, and it's out of here. Brandon Nimmo crushes his 9th home run of the year, a 2-run shot. His 3rd career home run against Senzatella in just 11 at-bats. And it gives the Mets a 6-1 lead.
Fastball right down the pipe. And you just can't do that against major league hitters.
Now Soto flies one out to left center field. Back goes Doyle near the wall, and it's out of here. Nimmo and Soto go back to back. 7-1 New York. Number 9 for Soto. Home runs on consecutive pitches from Nimmo and Soto.
Down the middle, a little above the belt. That's a pitch he's been pulling off a little bit and getting it towards the end of the bat. Not that time.
And McNeil hits one out to right field. That's deep. Moniak back at the wall. Jumps, it's out of here. Jeff McNeil adds a home run, his 3rd of the year. The Mets' 3rd home run today. And it's 8-2 New York.
Well, they're doing what they have to do. Beat up on this team.
2nd straight day, the Mets have hit 3 home runs. Got his first time up.
And Alonso hits one in the air to deep right field. Back goes Freeman to the warning track near the wall. It's out of here. Pete Alonso goes the other way for a 3-run homer. And the Mets go in front 3-1. Number 12 for Alonso. Career home run, number 200.
Now in a tie game. Lindor had 5 hits in the first 2 games of the
series, and he rockets one out to left, and that's going to give the Mets the lead back. Lindor's 3rd home run of the series, his 13th of the year, and it's 4-3 New York.
He is in a really good groove right now.
6 for 10 in this series with 3 home runs.
And Lindor gets the Mets the lead right back.
And Juan rockets one out to right center field. Back in the gap goes Freeman, and it's out of here. Juan Soto homers for the 2nd straight day, his 10th of the year. And the Mets get that insurance run. It's 5-3 New York. The Mets have hit 3 home runs for the 3rd straight game. And he gets this one in the air to deep right field. Teoscar Hernandez goes back, takes a look, and it's out of here. For the 6th time this year, Francisco Lindor has led off a game with a home run. Number 14 for Lindor. 6 leadoff home runs, ties him with Ohtani for the most in baseball. And just like that, the Mets jump in front.
With one out.
Blasts one out to right. Back goes Hernandez. He takes a look, and it's out of here. Juan Soto with a 2-run homer. His 11th of the year to get the Mets back within a run. 5 straight games with an extra base hit for Soto. This one a 2-run homer into the pavilion.
3-2 count, and it's right down Broadway. And it is a home run swing, but controlled.
Here, 3rd in the National League.
And he wastes no time driving one out to deep right center field. Back in the gap, Pages takes a look, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso with a 2-run homer. His 13th home run of the year. He's got 50 runs batted in, and the Mets have a 3-0 lead in the first inning.
Attacking the first pitch, a slider that didn't do much. He got it away, but it was just a little nothing pitch, really. Pete just got such power to all fields.
Homer in the first inning.
And he drives this one to deep left field. Forget that. That is way up in the pavilion. Pete Alonso with his 2nd of the night, a 3-run bomb. And he doubles the Mets. Lead it is 6-0 New York. 22nd career multiple home run game for Alonso, a 5 RBI night, and that was crushed.
He got a high cheddar.
447 feet. 3/4 of the way up in the pavilion in left field.
Well, that's what happens when he gets a hold of one.
11 losses in their last 14 games.
Alonso drives one out to right. That's deep, and that is gone. Wow. Pete Alonso wasting no time on the first pitch of the 2nd inning. He goes opposite field against Landon Knack, and the Mets have a 1-0 lead. Number 15 for Alonso. 2 home runs last night, and a home run on the first pitch he sees today.
54th RBI on the season. Pete is hot.
Francisco Lindor was moved into the leadoff spot.
Lifted to deep right center field. Back goes Pages right near the wall. He leaps, and it's out of here. Brandon Nimmo with a home run, his 10th home run of the season. And the Mets have a 2-0 lead. Home runs by Alonso and now Nimmo, and the Mets have gone deep twice. Just got it beyond the outstretched leap of Andy Pages for Nimmo's 10th home run of the season.
That way.
That's drilled to left by Marte, headed back toward the wall, and it's out of here. Back-to-back home runs for Nimmo and Marte, and it's 3-0 New York.
Well, the Mets are making a statement. Fastball wanted to come in, didn't get it in. And Marte still got the fast bat. He's a very talented young man.
And he gets one in the air to deep right field. Back goes Freeman, back at the wall, and it's out of here. Ronnie Mauricio goes deep.
Second tank.
Ronnie Mauricio's first home run of the season gives the Mets a 1-0 lead. He has got such awesome bat speed. Montas is going to make a start for Syracuse tomorrow. Fly ball out to left off the bat of Young. That's deep back near the wall, and it's out of here. Jared Young, an opposite field home run to put the Mets back in front. Second home run for Young. After McMahon went the other way for the Rockies, Young follows suit, and the Mets are up 2-1. And McNeil gets a hold of one to deep right field. Freeman back near the wall, and it's out of here. Jeff McNeil hits the Mets' 3rd home run of the night. 4th of the year for McNeil, and it's 4-1 New York. Mauricio and Young and now McNeil all going deep for New York.
Pitch number 10 to McNeil.
And he drives that one to deep right field. Back goes Freeman to the warning track. Looks up, and it's out of here. Jeff McNeil homers for the 2nd straight day. Number 5 for McNeil. A 10-pitch at bat, and he hits it out of the yard, and it's 1-0 New York. Pete drives one deep to left center field. Beck goes back, takes a look, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso with a 2-run homer, his 16th of the year. And with that home run, he ties David Wright for 2nd place on the Mets' all-time home run list. His 242nd career home run.
Most guys, Gary, he didn't get all of that. There was a slider, towards the end of the bat. Most guys don't get it out of the ballpark. Pete does.
Today.
And he drives this one to deep right field. Freeman goes back and takes a look, but this ball's up in the second deck. Jeff McNeil with his second home run of the day, his sixth of the year. And the Mets pouring it on. A 3-run shot from McNeil makes it 8-0 New York.
Well, this is what we said that they needed to do against the Rockies and the White Sox, and they're doing it.
That's driven to deep right field by Beatty, headed back toward the wall, and it's out of here. Brett Beatty breaks out of the slump with a 2-run homer. 7th home run of the year for Beatty. And the Mets now lead it 10-2. Their 4th home run of the day.
Maybe that'll get Beatty going. No, it just did not do anything on Hanger, and he jumped all over it.
And Alonso drives one to deep left field. Back toward the corner. It is out of here. Pete Alonso strikes again. His 2nd home run of the day. His 17th home run of the year.
Wow.
He goes past David Wright into 2nd place all by himself on the Mets all-time home run list. A 2-run shot for Alonso to make it 12-3 New York.
Unreal.
And a high fly ball hit well to center field. Back goes Hilliard back near the wall, and it's out of here. Into the rocks. Francisco Alvarez with his 2nd home run of the season, and he hit a masher. The Mets' 6th home run of the day, and it's 13-3 New York. 450 feet worth of home run for Francisco Alvarez.
Simon. And he lifts that one to left field. Pretty well hit. Back goes Wood to the warning track. Back at the wall. It's out of here.
Juan Soto goes the other way for his 12th home run of the year to get the Mets back within a run.
And the Mets have cut into this deficit even further. It is 3-2 Washington in the bottom of the 3rd. Right onto that Coors Light Fiesta deck in left field, and even still, Soto is staring at Gore as he rounds the bases.
The curve ball hit in the air to deep right field. Call going back. Back near the wall, and it's out of here. Juan Soto homers for the 2nd straight night. A 2-run shot, and it's 3-0 New York.
And did you see the catch by the kid in the stands?
I did.
I mean, what a great grab. Look at that. Going over the railing. Outstanding play. Sign him up. Nimmo skies one to left center. Young moving back onto the warning track. Back at the fence, and it's out of here. Brandon Nimmo goes the other way for his 11th home run of the season. And it's 4-0 New York.
Well, as it gets warm here, those balls that are in April were F7s or F8s are now run on the board.
So Soto and now Nimmo have gone deep against Jake Irvin, who's now given up 13 home runs in his 13 starts. The make or break year for him.
As Nimmo flies this one deep to right. Back goes Call. Back near the wall. It's out of here. Brandon Nimmo with his 2nd home run of the night.
This pitch looked like a pretty good pitch from Rutledge. A cutter up and in. But you know, nothing exists in a vacuum. They've been pounding him in this entire game, and he made the adjustment here in his 4th at bat.
And McNeil gets one in the air deep down the right field line, headed toward the corner. It's out of here. Jeff McNeil with a 3-run homer. Just tucked it over the right field wall for his 7th home run of the year, and the Mets jump out to a 3-0 first inning lead.
Mets lineup right now is just so incredibly hot, particularly these first 5 guys. McNeil cashes it in.
And Nimmo cranks one to deep right field, right down the line. Got him and stays fair. That ball is out of here. Brandon Nimmo strikes again, his 3rd home run in 2 days. Number 13 for Nimmo. And it's 4-0 New York. And Beatty drives one to deep right field. Back goes Will, looks up, and it's out of here. A line drive home run for Brett Beatty to tie the game. Home run number 8 for Beatty. 7 of the 8 have come here at Citi Field. When the Mets get even, it's 1-1.
3-2 count. Beatty calls the timeout, gathers himself, and was ready for that fastball. Hit it 115, 116 off the bat. Kind of a short follow through, but it was a no-doubter off the bat.
Slammed to right field by Mauricio. Back toward the fence. It's out of here. Ronnie Mauricio tomahawks a home run. And gets the Mets a little closer. It's now 7-3. Second home run for Ronnie Mauricio. Now, Ronnie had been 0 for his last 12, but he attacked a high fastball and hit a bolt.
We were saying earlier that he got some good swings against Rasmussen up in the strike zone, but was fouling it back. He didn't miss that one.
It's coming into the ninth. And he drives one well to center field. Back goes Harris to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here. Juan Soto puts down his marker in the first inning. His 14th home run of the year. And the Mets strike first against Schwellenbach. It's 1-0 New York.
Take that. Well, he just doesn't take much of a stride and really all upper body. That's how strong he
is with the Phillies. That's driven deep to left by Taylor. Going back is White back near the wall. It's out of here. Tyrone Taylor with his second extra base hit of the day. His second home run of the year. Taylor's got 3 of the 4 RBIs, and the Mets lead 4-1. Tyrone.
Pete Alonso with a high fly ball, right center field. Marsh all the way back. He's at the wall, and that ball is gone. Off the batter's eye, Pete Alonso hits his 244th career home run. He's only 8 behind the great Darryl Strawberry for the most in Mets history. And the Mets are on the board immediately after Wheeler's exit.
Polar Bear getting his foot down, getting a ball that he can get out over the plate, get his arms extended.
And now a fly ball to right for McNeil. This is deep, and that's gone. It's back to back, and the Mets quickly tie it up. Now to exit Zach Wheeler and enter the Mets offense.
Both these lineups, Wayne, can do that to you, especially how much depth they have on both sides. And then now we have a new ball game.
Third time this year the Mets have gone back to back. For Alonso, his 18th home run. For McNeil, hitting for more power this year. His 8th home run in just 45 games.
Nimmo swings away, sends it towards right center. Long run for Brandon Marsh all the way to the wall, and Nimmo goes deep. He has tied Lindor and Todd Hundley with 124 home runs in a Met uniform. And New York strikes first behind Nimmo tonight.
And look for the Mets to be somewhat aggressive, even though they don't chase out of the zone. They know they got to get out of this funk offensively, and what better way than center fastball. And he hit it in center.
Right, payoff pitch is lifted in the air to center. Marsh racing towards the track, still moving, still going, and right on cue, there's the power that Lindor's been searching for. His first home run in 16 games and 64 plate appearances.
Now the pressure's on that streak.
Now they have to win, right?
Yeah.
Nimmo golfs one deep to right field. Castellanos back all the way to the track. He knows it's gone. Nimmo ties the game with his second of the night. And the Mets go back-to-back for a second consecutive night.
Well, any left-hander will tell you he loves the ball down and in on that sweet spot and that swing. And this is exactly where that pitch was, a down and in breaking ball on the inner half. And Nimmo having a dream start on a Saturday night.
Another payoff. And he hammers this one. That would be a home run in just about any park. Back-to-back go the Mets to take the lead in the third.
Well, right now, Nick Abel has not made enough good pitches against a team that's struggled offensively, but is a good team, and he just tomahawks the top of this zone. And this one he can jog. First one he did the same thing on his changeup, but had a single. And this hitter-friendly park is playing really small right now.
He pulls this one. Castellanos doesn't even turn around, and Soto watches it fly to the upper deck. His second of the night.
High breaking ball, no movement. Watch the lower back. See how quick he puts his foot down? And when his foot is down, the power and the hands stay back, and it allows the barrel of the bat to get almost level. You cannot hit that home run with an uppercut swing. Even with a spread out 2-strike approach, he doesn't sacrifice power, and gets another one.
Susceptible to the home run ball. And right on cue, Jared Young busts a home run ball. Long gone to the second deck in Philadelphia. Another Mets home run. Their 6th of the night, and it's 8-4. Well, in 5 appearances last year, 2 of which were starts, Mercado gave up 9 long balls. Young gets one here, the 3rd of his season. And the solo home run party for New York continues.
That's pretty amazing.
Drilled by Alvarez. No. It's a righty this time. It's a solo shot.
We are not part of history.
Oh, the 7th
Solo job for the Mets tonight. It's thrown back onto Citizens Bank Park's field, and Alvarez, who's been trying to bust out of a slump, hits his first home run in a couple of weeks.
Wow, that was 452. Did I see that?
Tattooed.
Drilled right field. Lindor gets a hold of this one on its way out of here. Lindor will touch them all. It's his 16th, and the Mets are on the board.
He's such a unique talent, a shortstop with speed that's a switch hitter and has pop.
You know how hard it is to elevate a fastball down, using his legs to go get it. Hitting it out front is the only way you can be able to elevate that pitch.
Soto cracks one deep left center field. Back goes Harris, takes a look, and it's out of here. Juan Soto gets the Mets right back into this game with a 2-run homer. Number 17 for Soto as his red-hot June continues, and the Mets pull within a run. It's 3-2.
He's just been hitting everything so hard.
Well, he got Swallenbach in Atlanta.
Mauricio clocks one to deep right field. Acuna goes back, takes a look. It's out of here. Ronnie Mauricio in his 3rd home run of the year gives the Mets the lead.
Fastball. That's in. He got the barrel out, Ron. He's quick. Good for you, young man.
And he drives one to deep right center field. Back goes Harris to the wall. It's out of here. One pitch and the Mets are back in front on Juan Soto's 18th home run of the year. 2-1 New York. Soto ties Alonso for the club lead with his 18th home run of the season.
Of his 18 home runs this year, only the second that Soto has hit on the first pitch of an at-bat.
Yeah, full extension of the arms there, belt high.
Soto unloads one to right center field, headed toward the wall, and it's out of here. Juan Soto with his 2nd of the night. Number 19 for Juan Soto, his 27th career multiple home run game. That's the most in history for any player under 27 years old. He had been tied with Jimmy Fox for that record, and now he's got it by himself. Drives this one out to center field. Canario chasing back, looks up, and it's out of here. He's got a 2nd home run at PNC Park. Number 20 for Juan Soto, and the Mets get on the board. It's now 4-1.
You know, this is my first opportunity to watch Soto play each and every day, and I've just never seen anyone.
A little revenge on their minds as Torrens drives one out to right center field toward the wall, and it's out of here. Luis Torrens goes the other way for his 2nd home run of the season to get the Mets on the board in the 5th inning. So an unexpected source of power, providing the Mets with their first run of the day. Torrens takes one out the other way, just his 2nd hit in his last 19 at-bats. And now Nimmo with the bases loaded, crashes one to deep right field, back toward the corner. Frelick goes back at the wall, and it's out of here! Brandon Nimmo with a grand slam! As big a hit as the Mets have had all season, Brandon Nimmo hitting leadoff for just the 3rd time this year. Crashes a grand slam to give the Mets a 4-0 lead in the 2nd inning. Lindor smacks one to deep right center. Back goes Frelick to the warning track. Back at the wall. It's out of here! Nimmo and Lindor, 1-2 in the order. They go back-to-back. 5-0 New York. Like a breath of fresh air. Number 17 for Lindor. Told he liked the aging.
Amazing. 1 game difference, not even 24-hour difference, just a flip-flop of the lineup.
And he rips this one to right field. Frelick going back. It's over his head, and it's out of here. Brandon Nimmo strikes again. He opens the scoring for the 2nd straight game with a home run, his 17th of the year, and it's 1-0 New York. And just as he did against Jacob Mizorowski last night, he jumped on the first pitch from Quintana and drove it out of the ballpark.
On base percentage, leading the league in walks.
Gets one in the air to left center, pretty well hit. Back goes Bellinger near the wall. It's out of here! Juan Soto goes the other way to tie the game. A 2-run shot for Soto, number 21, and it's 2-2 in the opening inning.
Keith, flip one out of here indeed.
Yes, your call.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in the Bronx anymore. His last time up.
And Beatty drives one to deep right field. Judge looks up, and it's out of here. Brett Beatty with a line drive home run to get the Mets back within a run. Number 9 for Beatty, 5-4. The 6th home run of this game.
The Yankees have hit 4, and now the Mets have hit a couple.
Ball's flying out of here.
Weaver with 3 and 2 and 2 down.
And McNeil, it's a rocket deep right field. That's out of here, and the Mets have the lead. Jeff McNeil into the second deck. A 2-run shot. 6-5 Mets. Out of the shadows and into the upper deck. McNeil with a 2-run homer, and the Mets have the lead.
The Mets offense was going to have to carry them today, and here they are. This homestand.
And Brandon launches one deep right field. Back goes Judge to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here! Brandon Nimmo with another grand slam! And it's 4-0 Mets.
Most of the time when you're facing a lefty, the guys on the bench will say, go right-handed hitters. With this Mets team, left-handed hitters are getting it done.
3rd grand slam this season and the 4th of his career. 2nd one on this homestand.
Fly ball right field, well hit. Judge going back near the wall. It's out of here! Pete Alonso goes the other way with a 2-run homer. Career home run number 245. He's 7 away from Strawberry. And the Mets now have a 7-2 lead.
Well, Keith, we're watching an early version of the home run derby here this afternoon.
This whole series.
And Alonso cracks one deep left field. Forget that. That is way out of here. Pete Alonso with his 2nd of the day, a 3-run shot. First pitch, 3 runs. And it's 11-5 Mets.
First pitch, fastball down, right out over the plate, right down the pipe.
And he's now just 6 behind Strawberry for the Mets' all-time record.
That's hit deep to right field by Mauricio, right down the line toward the corner. It's out of here. Ronnie Mauricio ties the game with his 4th home run of the year. And the Mets get even 1-1.
Well, Mauricio swung the bat so well in that series against the Yankees. And he gets this one up in the air and cranks one down the line for his 4th home run to get the Mets even. And Lindor socks one to deep center field. Back goes Mullins. He takes a look, and it's out of here.
Francisco Lindor cuts the lead in half with a 2-run homer. Number 18 for Lindor. And the Mets pull within 2 runs. It's now 6-4. Dead central, 425 feet away.
Fastball right down the pipe.
And he hits one in the air to deep right center. Back goes Mullins to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here! Pete Alonso ties the game with a 2-run homer. Lindor and Alonso, 2-run shots in the 8th, and the Mets get even at 6-6. Number 247 for Alonso, 5 away from Strawberry, and he gets the Mets even in the 8th.
Twice today. And he's swinging first pitch. Skies this 1-2. Deep right center field. Going back is Tolbert. And it's gone. A home run by Francisco Lindor. And the Mets have broken this thing open. 19th home run of the season. A 3-run shot. And it's 7-3 New York.
And the ball just kept traveling.
Speaking of balls traveling out to the left center field. And Soto goes opposite field. Back-to-back home runs from Lindor and Soto. 22nd home run for number 22. And the Mets having a field day here in the 8th and 9th innings. It's 8-3. Payoff pitch to Juan Soto, and he smacks this one to deep right field. Going back is Caglione, but all he can do is watch a monster shot into the 2nd level of the fountains, and the Mets up 2-0.
Well, at this ballpark, It's a prodigious home run if you throw it into the waterfall. And that's what Soto did right there. Off the bat, even up in our booth here, I don't know how far we're away, it was like an explosion.
That's driven to deep right field. Espinal takes a look, and it's out of here. Juan Soto wastes no time. His 24th home run of the year. And the Mets jump out to a 1-0 lead.
Now Lodolo is around the strike zone. He gives up a number of home runs, and Soto gets him on a fastball.
Oh, there he is loading up on that back foot, Gary. And he drops back, but he keeps his shoulders parallel. Barry Bonds did that so well.
Brett Baty leads off in the home second.
And rifles one deep down the right field line toward the pole, and it's out of here. Brett Baty with a line drive home run, his 10th of the year, and it's 2-0 New York.
I gotta think he would look in middle in, Ronnie. Fastball, first pitch.
So Baty attacks and gives the Mets a 2-0 edge.
Baty drives one to deep right center field, back toward the wall, and it's out of here. Brett Baty homers to get the Mets on the board, a 2-run shot. And it cuts the Angels lead in half. It's now 4-2.
Baty's first home run against a lefty this year.
Got himself a fastball out over the plate and down.
And Alvarez clocks one deep left field. Ward goes back at the wall. It's out of here. Francisco Alvarez ties the game with a 2-run homer. His first Citi Field home run of the season. A 2-run shot in his second game back from the minors. And Alvarez is back with a bang. And he rockets one to deep right field. Soler going back to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here. Brandon Nimmo with a leadoff home run. His 19th home run of the season. 1-0 New York.
For Brandon Nimmo, his 14th career leadoff home run. First this season.
And that's ripped out to left center. Forget that. What a shot by Alonso into the second deck. A 3-run howitzer. And it's 5-1 New York. Career home run number 248.
Now just 4 behind Darryl Strawberry for the club record. A big breakout swing by Alonso. 1-2 coming.
And Lindor hits one out to right field, headed toward the wall, and it's out of here. Francisco Lindor with his 20th home run of the year. 3-1 New York.
Well, Lindor busted out with a couple of hits after an 0 for 31 on Wednesday. A single and now a home run in his first 2 at-bats tonight. It appears that the slump is behind him.
It's amazing how you get a couple hits and you find it.
Called strikes.
Soto the other way. This one is deep. Going back is Ramos. Soto sends one to left and a homer for the Mets to put him on top. Mr. Met here, well, you go to homer, we come in the booth and you go to yard. Wow. And Soto goes left field homer. Phillies in the National League East. Those two teams still have 6 more meetings as this ball is sailed towards the kayaks. And he said fair ball, and it is a fair ball. We had a splash hit. Get on it, kayaks. Mauricio stood there and he pulled a Carlton Fisk just on the right field line saying fair ball. Mauricio, a single, a double, and a splash homer.
Now the merry-go-round will be in motion. 3-2 to Vientos, and he flies one out to right field. This one's deep. Back goes Tatis. This one's at the wall. It's out of here! North Vientos with an opposite field grand slam. Tatis couldn't catch this one. Vientos with another king-sized hit, and the Mets lead it 5-1 in the 5th. They walk McNeil to pitch to Vientos, and Vientos for a second straight at bat hit one over the right field fence. And he hits one in the air to deep right center. Back goes Tatis, takes a look, and this game is tied. Ronnie Mauricio for the second straight night. A tying home run in the top of the 9th. And the Mets have gotten back even 6-6. We came on the air tonight talking about the young Mets. And Vientos and Mauricio have had the big hits tonight.
Down 3-0.
Alonso drills one to deep right center field. Lee watches this one go out of here. Pete Alonso gets the Mets on the board with career home run number 249. Now just 3 behind Darryl Strawberry. His 23rd of the year. And it cuts the Giants' lead to 3-1.
What's the difference, Keith? He's been late on the fastball. The 2-0 count made the big difference.
Yep. Of his Mets career. 23rd pitch of the inning for Tang. And Pete drives one to deep left center. Forget that. Pete Alonso, 250. 3-run bomb, 3-0 New York. Well, he squared up that fastball. 250 career home runs for Pete Alonso. That's one milestone. The next one is 2 home runs away. Lindor socks one to deep left field. Back goes Ramos. Looks up at the wall. It's out of here. Francisco Lindor gives the Mets the lead with his 21st home run of the year.
Did he get a change up there?
I think he did.
4
Baseball.
RBIs yesterday for Lindor, and now he adds a home run. Only his 5th from the right side this year. He's been struggling from this side of the plate, but he yanks one over the wall to give the Mets the early lead. Here's Alonso, and he hits one in the air to deep left center field. Back toward the wall goes Martinez, and it's out of here! Pete Alonso, one away from the record. A 3-run shot to get the Mets back into the game. Career home run number 251. And it's now 5-3. Couple of mistakes by the Guardians, and Alonso wastes no time cashing them in. Now just 1 home run behind Darryl Strawberry for the franchise record.
Soto swung on, pounded, deep center field. Martinez, track, wall, leaps. It's off the wall. Karen's back toward the infield. And now the umpires are saying it hit the back wall. And Karen back onto the field, a home run.
And Soto ends the big rigs bid for a no-hitter with a solo homer in the bottom of the 9th.
That one is sky high, deep right field. Going back is Frelick at the track, looking up, it's gone. A solo home run for Juan Soto in back-to-back at-bats. And the Mets off to a quick 1-0 lead.
That's one swing, and the Mets are on the board.
Starling Marte leading off the 2nd inning, and he skies one to deep left field. Looking up, it's Collins. No chance for that one, a home run. And Starling Marte gives the Mets a 2-0 lead with his 5th home run of the season.
It's going to be a fastball. That's all he's been throwing. Oh, it bled back over the middle and just covered by Marte.
Mets all-time record. Fly ball, deep left field. Going back is Collins. Darryl Strawberry, you've got some company. 252 home runs. Pete Alonso has tied the Mets all-time home run record. Marte to right field. Going back is Frelick at the track. Leaping. It's gone. Starling Marte ties the game at 2. Back-to-back nights with a home run for Starling Marte.
I think he's going to be hitting 3rd for a while. Look at that, right up at the plate. No extra motion, no overswing. And look at the ball's out. He's just a fine player and a fine hitter.
Season for Soto. And there is another solo shot for Juan Soto. And that gives the Mets the lead. So 3 straight games with a solo home run for Juan Soto. 28 on the year.
Well, he got himself a hanging, breaking ball. That was a Vinny Bommarino. Maybe the Mets are coming out of it now. Maybe.
The payoff. Skied into left center field. Going back is Isaac Collins. And it's out of here. Brett Beatty going oppo. A solo home run. And the Mets extend their lead to 3-0.
Well, Brett not messing around. Got that count.
Rounded out to second base to end the 1st inning. And he swings first pitch and skies one to deep left center field. That ball is out of here. First home run as a New York Met for Cedric Mullins. And the Mets offense has come alive here in the first 4 innings. It's 5-0.
They are just lighting up. Quinn Priester.
Alvarez flies one deep right center. Back goes Brujan, takes a look, and it's out of here. Francisco Alvarez goes the other way with a 2-run homer to put the Mets in front. Number 5 for Alvarez, and it's 3-1 New York.
Right down the middle, belt high. And what's good about that is that he went the opposite gap.
Well, there have been so many things to like about Alvarez since he's come back from the minor leagues, and his ability to drive the ball to right field has been one of the keys. And Pete drives one to deep right center field, headed back toward the wall. It's out of here! Out of here! Pete Alonso stands alone! The polar bear on his own private iceberg. Pete Alonso, the most prolific home run hitter in New York Mets history. 253 home runs, more than any Met has ever hit in the blue and orange. Pete Alonso breaks Daryl's mark.
Look at that smile.
And that's driven in the air to right center field. Back goes Brujan to the warning track. Back at the wall. It's out of here! Brandon Nimmo puts the Mets back in front with a 3-run homer. 8-5 New York. Number 20 for Nimmo. The Mets have gone deep 3 times in the last 3 innings against Spencer Strider, and all 3 with men on base. Now each of the Mets' Fab 4 has 20 or more home runs. Alonso, a double and a home run tonight. And he drives this one to deep center field. Harris goes back, takes a look, and that one's out of here. Pete Alonso adds another to his record. 254, his second of the night. It's 11-5.
Turn it on, Pete.
He's getting hot. There's no telling how many home runs he'll hit in the blue and orange.
Home runs. He'll own every record.
Oh, they're calling him up for a curtain.
Nice.
Yes, sir. They love it.
And a high fly ball deep to left off the bat of Alvarez. Back at the wall is Profar, and it's out of here. Francisco Alvarez with his second home run of the night. The Mets' 5th home run of the game, and they lead it 12-5. 5th career multiple home run game for Alvarez.
Mets are teeing off here.
12 runs, all with 2 out. And now Beatty smacks one to deep right center field. That one headed toward the wall, and it's out of here. Alvarez and Beatty go back-to-back out of the 8 and 9 spots. 6 home runs for the Mets. It's 13-5. Lucky number 13 for Brett Beatty. And the Mets are pouring it on. The 8 and 9 hitters, Alvarez and Beatty, combining for 6 RBIs tonight.
Oh, the fans are fired up.
Well, the Mets have been waiting for a night like this.
Walked and scored in the first. And the 1-0 hit high in the air to deep right center. Harris going back. He's at the wall. It's gone.
Great catch. Juan Soto 2-run homer, his 29th. And the Mets have a 5-0 lead in the second inning. And with that, Juan Soto regains the club lead. 1 more home run than Pete Alonso.
Look at that. Oh, geez.
See the catch the fan made? Over the railing.
Nice backhand.
Very nicely done. And he drives one in the air to deep right center field. Back goes Harris to the warning track. Back at the wall, and it's out of here. Francisco Lindor with a towering home run. His 22nd of the year, and it's 1-0 New York. Lindor homering against the Braves to give the Mets the lead. Good vibes. Lindor hits one deep to left. Back goes Arozarena to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here. Lindor with a leadoff home run to tie the game. Second straight night with a home run for Francisco, his 23rd of the year, and it's 1-1. For Francisco Lindor, his 7th leadoff home run this season, which ties the Mets club record, which was set twice by Curtis Granderson. Castillo. And he hits it in the air to deep right field. Back goes Canzone to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here. Francisco Lindor with his 2nd home run of the night. Flips the Mets in front. From the depths of despair, Lindor is having a homestand to remember with the bat. A 2-home run night, and the Mets are in front 5-4. And now Soto swings and flies one deep right center field. Back at the wall, and it's out of here! Lindor and Soto go back-to-back. Number 30 for Juan Soto. 6-4 New York. 3rd straight year that Soto's hit 30 or more home runs. The 4th time in his career.
Oh, right down Broadway.
below the letters. And Alvarez launches this one deep right field. Back goes Canzone to the wall. It's out of here. Francisco Alvarez gets the Mets back in the game with a 3-run homer. Number 7 for Alvarez, his 3rd on this homestand, and the Mets are back within 2. It's 11-9.
I don't see why. Mark's one is deep. Diddy, Mark Vientos off the track. Let's go. A blast to right off the bat of Vientos. And swaggy Mark Vientos delivers a 3-run shot. The New York Mets are all over Kirby tonight.
Nobody's going to take sign. Fly ball left field. Wood goes back to the warning track, looks up, and it's out of here. Mark Vientos homers for the 2nd straight game. A 2-run homer for Vientos, and it's 5-0 New York.
Hanging on a tee. Eye on the ball. And he's got the power. That one out, way out.
9th home run of the year for Vientos. 6 RBIs in his last 2 games. Beatty leads off against Jake Irvin and flies one to deep right center field. Forget that. That is way out of here. Brett Beatty with a monstrous shot to right center on the first pitch of the 6th inning. His 14th home run of the year, and it's 6-0 Mets.
Well, we show all the hits right down the middle. Bell tie again. He just jumps on his first pitch. Bell tie, yes.
Fly ball out to left, well hit. Wood going back to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here. Juan Soto back in D.C. hits his 51st home run in this ballpark. His 31st home run of the year, and the Mets extend their lead to 7-0.
Fastball away, didn't try to pull. Look at the level swing, folks. Oh.
McNeil gets a hold of one deep right center field. Cruz goes back, looks up, and it's out of here. Jeff McNeil adds the Mets' 4th home run of the night. The icing on the cake from McNeil. First home run since the 4th of July.
Outer half, Bell tie.
Beatty drives one to deep right field. Forget it. Beatty visiting the 2nd deck again. He hit one up there last night. He hits one again tonight to get the Mets on the board. Number 15 for Beatty. And both of his home runs in this series have been clocked.
Very quick inside. Let's ball bled out over the plate. They wanted it away.
Great in this series. Has been much better as a left-hand hitter this year than right-hand. He drives this one to deep left field, headed toward the wall, and it's out of here. And with that, Francisco Lindor has a new Mets club record with his 8th leadoff home run of the season. 3 pitches in, and it's 1-0 New York. And Gore's first batter problems continue. Lindor taking full advantage to give the Mets the quick lead. Against the Mets in Milwaukee. Fly ball deep center field off the bat of Marte near the wall. It's out of here. Starling Marte goes the other way for his 7th home run of the year. The Mets' 2nd home run of the day, and it's 2-0 New York. And Marte just continues to hammer the baseball using the opposite field.
No follow through. If you notice Marte's swing, he is so compact.
Soto with a fly ball to left, struck pretty well down the line, slicing to the foul pole, and it is a fair ball and a home run for Juan Soto. He just kept it fair inside of the left field corner, and Soto has his 32nd home run of the year.
Eyes down through the baseball, and Wayne, you have to be a strong individual to be able to keep that baseball fair right off the foul pole.
And Jeff rockets one deep down the right field line. Gone if it stays fair. That ball is out of here. A 3-run moonshot for Jeff McNeil to put the Mets in front 3-0. Number 11 for McNeil, and he hit the snot out of that ball.
I mean, that's when your offense is going, right? You have 2 at-bats. 2nd and 3rd don't come through. First pitch.
Wanted to come in. Didn't get it. And Jeff on top of that high one.
Here's Alonso, and he gets one in the air along the right field line. Toward the corner goes Acuna, and it's gone.
a home run. How about that? Pete Alonso with a moonshot opposite field home run. His 29th of the year to put the Mets up 5-2.
I didn't think there was any way off the bat that ball was going out.
But Pete is so strong and kept it fair down the line and had enough muscle to get it out of the ballpark.
Have been aided by the wind going over the fence.
Vientos cracks one to deep left, and that's gone. Mark Vientos, after Alonso's home run, goes back-to-back, and it's 6-2 New York. Number 10 for Vientos. The Mets' third home run of the night. Alonso and Vientos stitch them together, and it's 6-2.
Boy, if Vientos gets a hanging slider, he can get on fire.
Well, he's certainly showing the signs of it. Home runs.
And now this one's clocked to left by Marte, and that's going to go out of here. The third home run of the inning for the Mets. Starting Marte cracks one for his 8th home run of the year. 7-2 New York. And Marte having himself a huge night.
Second home run on this road trip for Marte.
3 for 3, a homer, 2 stolen bases. Great throw from the outfield. Got a Marte melange. And Vientos cracks this one to deep left center. Back goes Harris to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here. Second of the night for Mark Vientos. And it's 8-2 New York. Look out. Vientos homering in back-to-back at bats. 5 home runs for the Mets tonight and an 8-2 lead.
Mets have been waiting a long time for him.
It feels like the worm has turned.
And McNeil gets a hold of this one deep to right field. Back goes Acuna, and it's out of here. Jeff McNeil with a 2-home run game. The Mets with 6 long balls tonight, and it's 9-2. Second time today the Mets have gone back-to-back. Alonso and Vientos in the 7th, Vientos and McNeil in the 9th.
Games with 4 home runs.
And Vientos drives one deep in the gap in right center toward the wall, and it's out of here. Mark Vientos strikes again. He homers in his 3rd consecutive at-bat. A 2-run homer, his 12th of the year, and it's 2-0 New York. Mark homered in the 7th and 9th inning last night. He homers his first time up today.
And Louis hits one out to right center field. That's pretty deep. Back goes Kepler near the wall. And it's out of here. Luis Torrens goes the other way for a 3-run homer. And the Mets put the hammer down in the 7th inning.
Hanging breaking ball, Keith.
Hanging breaking ball, and like I said before, it has doubled the prior at bat to the opposite field. That's his strength.
Streak to 10 games.
And Vientos gets a hold of one deep left center. Forget that. That is way out of here. Mark Vientos crushes a 2-run homer. And it's 6-0 New York. Number 13 for Vientos, his 6th home run in the last 10 games.
Oh, wow. Last 10 games, Vientos has 6 home runs and 17 runs batted in.
And Pete hits one deep to center field. Back goes Marcy to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here! Pete Alonso ties the game with his 30th home run of the season. Alonso in the howitzer, and the Mets get even 4-4.
That home run is a great example of what Steve and Pete were talking about. Making sure you stay on the fastball and make the adjustment.
Soto drives one to deep right center field. Back goes Marcy, back near the wall, and it's out of here. Juan Soto with his 33rd home run of the year gives the Mets a quick 2-0 lead. 7 for his last 7 with runners in scoring position. And the Mets out quickly tonight.
Well, he got him to swing at a fastball up the previous pitch. Another fastball up. And he clobbered it.
That's pulled toward the right field corner by Nimmo, and it's out of here. Brandon Nimmo with a 3-run homer. Number 21 for Nimmo, and before an out is recorded, it's 5-0 New York.
Brandon has been driving in runs in droves. That is 8 RBIs on this homestand. 76 for the year. And the Mets putting up a big number in the first inning.
Fly ball right field off the bat of Alonso, back near the wall. It's out of here! Pete Alonso goes the other way for his 31st home run. The Mets' 3rd home run in the first 2 innings,
7-0 New York. 110 RBIs for Pete Alonso, who's trying to chase down his own club record of 131. Pete has had himself a sparkling homestand. Now 10 for 19 with 7 runs batted in. Nothing like having a positive result. Nimmo pulls that one toward the corner, and that ball is off the pole, a home run. Second home run of the night for Brandon Nimmo. His 22nd of the year. Nimmo goes doink, and it's 13-4.
I like that. Nimmo goes doink. I mean, that's 2 pitches that he has caught in front of the plate that were supposed to be in. Quick hands from Brandon.
Worth time this year, Brandon's hit 2 home runs in a game. Tries the sidearm delivery, and Vientos clubs one out to left center, and that's out of here. Mark Vientos gets a home run off the position player. His 7th home run in the last 11 games. His 14th of the year. And the Mets' 5th home run tonight. It's 14-5. So he likes that sidearm position player offering.
The issue for Sonoya is that it was supposed to be a sinker. It was a hoverer. Hovered right in the middle of the plate.
To pitch an inning. Fly ball by Torrens down the line toward the corner, and that ball is out of here. A 3-run homer for Luis Torrens, his 4th home run of the season. And now it's 19-5. So the Mets are fattening up. They already have a 5-run and a 7-run inning, and now they have 6 runs home in this inning. And Lindor cracks one to deep right field toward the wall, and it's out of here. 9th leadoff home run of the season for Francisco Lindor, number 26 overall, and the Mets get one right back. It's 5-1. Now a fly ball out to right off the bat of Vientos, back toward the wall, and it's out of here. Mark Vientos goes the other way for a 3-run homer, and the Mets are right back in it. It's 8-5. And Soto drives one to deep right field. Back goes Weimer to the wall, and it's out of here. Juan Soto with a home run. His 2nd in 2 days, his 34th of the year. And now it's 8-6 Miami. Soto comes to bat after homering his last time up. And he rips one to deep right field. Back goes Weimer. It's over his head and out of here. A tying home run by Soto. A line shot into the bullpen, his 2nd of the day. And the Mets have come from 6 runs down to get even. It's 8-8 in the 6th. 1-2. Curveball in the air. Deep right field. Back toward the wall. That ball is out of here. Juan Soto with a grand slam to put the Mets in front. His 1st home run this season with more than 1 runner on base. His 2nd career grand slam. Soto's 36th home run of the year. And it's 6-3 New York. It knocks Charlie Morton out of the box and gives the Mets a 3-run lead. Soto right now 0 for his last 10. High fly ball, deep center field. Back goes Perez to the warning track, back at the wall, and it's out of here. Wow. Pete Alonso with his 32nd home run of the year. His 1st hit in the series into the shrubbery in center field, and the Mets have a quick 1-0 lead.
Kingman-esque right there. That was a moon shot.
And Perez hits it toward the right field corner. Carpenter on the run, and it's out of here. It hit the foul pole. A 3-run homer for Luis Torrens. Torrens going the other way and just kept it fair off the pole for a 3-run homer, his 5th of the year, and the Mets lead it 6-2 in the 4th. Fly ball hit to right. Carpenter back on the warning track. And looks up, and it's gone. A home run for Juan Soto, his 5th home run in the last 5 games. Number 37 for Soto, and the Mets add to their lead. It's now 7-2. He is just on fire. 37 home runs, 91 runs batted in. 5 home runs in his last 5 games.
It's remarkable.
And now Alonso drives one deep left field. Green goes back near the wall, leaps, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso with his 2nd home run of the night. Number 33 for Pete. Soto and Alonso go back-to-back, and it's 8-2 New York.
Oh, boy. And Pete got out in front, one hand. Let go with one hand and hits it out.
Vientos drives one deep right center. Forget that. That is way out of here. Mark Vientos cracks one deep, and the Mets lead it 4-0. 16th home run of the year for Vientos, his second RBI of the night.
This is a perfect ballpark for Mark Vientos. And he takes advantage of it with a howitzer.
Well, he's got tremendous power to the right center field gap, but more central. This was a bomb.
427 feet.
And he drills one to deep right field. Good call, Keith. That's gone. Jared Young on cue cuts the Reds lead to 4-2.
Why don't you do that more often? We're trying to get back in this game.
Fourth home run of the year for Jared Young. And after spending the last couple of months in the minor leagues, Young returns with a bang.
Got a hanging slider down, right down the pipe.
Swung on and crushed deep to right field. Marte going back. He'll turn and just watch this one fly. Into the netting, over the Mets bullpen and right. Brett Beatty goes deep against Hunter Green, his 16th of the season, and gives the Mets a 1-0 lead in the third inning.
I said just got to guess right. He's got to find some daylight, find a mistake, and Beatty gets a hanging slider.
And Soto cracks one to deep right center. That ball's going to go out of here. Juan Soto with his 38th home run of the year gets the Mets within a run. 38 home runs, 93 runs batted in. And now it's 3-2 Cincinnati.
Mark Vientos leading off in the 7th.
And he cracks one out to left field, and that ball is out of here. A shot by Vientos for his 17th home run of the year to get the Mets on the board.
So Ranger Suarez out after 6 innings. David Robertson pitching a second straight night. And the second pitch he throws, Vientos hits his 17th home run of the year. It's the second hit for the Mets tonight, and it snaps a 15-inning scoreless streak.
And he drives this one deep to right. That's going to go out of here. Home run number 39 for Juan Soto.
So he is one home run away from a 40-30 season. He's got a single, a double, and a home run tonight. And now it's a 9-2 game.
He's sitting on that heater first pitch. And why not when it's a 9-1 ball game late?
Alvarez hits one well out to right field, and that ball is out of here. Francisco Alvarez goes the other way for his 8th home run of the year, and the Mets are on the board.
Francisco had been just 2 for 19 since coming off the injured list, but an opposite field home run gets the Mets started.
The only criticism of DeGrom this year would be his home runs.
Yep.
23 now.
The pitch.
Soto blasts one deep right field, headed toward the Coca-Cola corner. It's gone. Juan Soto with a monstrous blast, and it's 2-0 New York. Number 40 for Juan Soto. Just one shy of his career high now, and he hit it out of sight.
I've always said he's so quick inside. The mistake that Milner made was it was down instead of up and in. Juan just turned on it.
Nimmo skies one to deep left center. Back goes Langford near the wall.
It's out of here. Brandon Nimmo goes the other way for his 23rd home run of the season. His first extra base hit in the month of September. And it gives the Mets a 2-0 lead in the 6th.
He got behind 2-0 and he had to come in, Keith.
That fastball away has been giving him trouble. And look at the rotation of the hips there.
And that's a big one for Nimmo and the Mets. Tied at 2.
Alonso drives one to deep right field, headed toward the wall. That ball is out of here. Pete Alonso wins it with an opposite field 3-run homer. The Mets put the 8-game losing streak behind them. Alonso's 34th of the year walks it off for New York. Pete had gone 44 at bats since his last home run. And since last October, this might have been the biggest one that he's hit. And now Beatty cracks one to deep right field. Tatis goes back. It's out of here. A 2-run bomb from Brett Beatty, and it's 5-0 New York in the opening inning. Number 17 for Beatty, and the Mets with a first-inning barrage.
Right down the old pipe and in the wheelhouse of Beatty.
416 feet on that home run. Beatty now with 17 home runs and 47 driven in. Lindor cracks one to deep right field, and that ball is gone. Francisco Lindor with his 27th home run of the year. His first home run in the month of September. And the Mets have gone deep twice in the first 2 innings. They lead 6-1. Big night for the Lindor family. Wearing Clemente's number. Katya playing the national anthem. And now Francisco 2 for 2 with a home run.
He's got to start it at the head, be inside corner, and he is starting it where it's bleeding out over the middle.
And now Alonso gets one in the air to deep left center. That is way out of here.
Oh, boy.
It comes down to the second deck. A monstrous home run for Alonso, his 35th of the year, and the Mets are just teeing off. It's now 7-1.
Maybe that win on Sunday will ignite this team offensively.
That is one of the longer left center field home runs that we've seen at Citi Field into the second deck. Mullins drives one to deep right field. Tatis back, and it's out of here. Cedric Mullins with the Mets' 4th home run in the first 4 innings. 17 on the year, his second as a Met. And the Mets just keep on launching. Alonso drills one deep left center. That's gone. Pete Alonso homers for the 3rd straight game. Number 36 for Pete. And that ties things up at 1. That was a laser beam into the seats in left center.
Pete is hot.
112 miles an hour off the bat.
Wasn't last night's home run 114? Something like that. He knew it.
Marte drives one deep left field. Forget that. That's way out of here. Starling Marte ties the game. There's a veteran for you. 9th home run of the year, and the Mets get even 2-2.
No stride, just on top of the toe. No follow through, but you can see the core, the way his core turns like no other.
Carlos Mendoza decided tonight to take Mark Vientos out of the lineup, put Starling Marte in, and Marte delivers.
It seems every time he starts, gets a big hit.
And the curveball, he didn't miss this one. That's driven out of here. Juan Soto with a line drive home run, his 41st of the year, to match his career high. The Mets' 3rd home run of the night, and it cuts the Padre lead to 6-3.
Going to the well too often with Mr. Soto. So he threw him the 3-1 3-0 fastball, 3-1 curveball, 3-2 curveball. Doubled up on the curveball. This one wasn't as good as the 3-1 pitch.
41 home runs as a Yankee last year, 41 home runs in his first year as a Met. And Francisco gets one well to right center field. Back in the gap goes Tatis, and it's off the top of the wall in play. That ball hit right on top of the orange padding and somehow did not go out of the ballpark.
It's interesting, though. The crew chief, Alan Porter's coming in. They're going to check it.
After review, the ball struck a part of the outside the playing field. Therefore, it is a home run.
The Mets will take it. It's their 4th home run of the night. Alvarez's 9th of the year. And that cuts the Padre lead to 6-4. And he hits this one deep to center field. Merrill goes back, takes a look, and Pete has homered for a 4th straight game. Number 37 for Pete Alonso. 1-0 New York. He's not only hitting home runs, he's hitting tape measure home runs on a regular basis.
And it's a slider that just never comes out of the air. Covered by Alonso. And again, another one deep into the afternoon this time.
445 feet on that home run. Nimmo blasts one to deep right center. Tatis goes back, takes a look, and it's out of here. Brandon Nimmo blasts a 3-run homer. Number 24 for Nimmo, tying his career high, and it's 5-1 New York.
Well, Gary, well done questioning the removal of Vasquez. Remember this, Nimmo has been struggling, especially against the upper tier velocity. Nimmo's been one of the best in the Mets lineup against left-handed pitchers all season long.
Second and short. Soto flies one out to center pretty deep. Back goes Young to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here! Juan Soto with a new career high, 42 home runs, a 3-run shot, and the Mets lead it 8-4. That was one of those Juan Soto backspin fly balls that just kept on going.
It just does not come out of the air, Gary.
And now he rockets one to deep right field. Cruz goes back to the wall, and it's out of here. Number 28 for Francisco Lindor. And the Mets pull back to within a run. It's 3-2.
That'll slow Irvin down.
Another towering home run. 34-degree launch angle. Brought rain and brought the Mets back within a run. Great hitters win. So the 10-game hitting streak working. And he drives one out to left center field. Deep in the gap goes Crow Armstrong, and it's out of here! Francisco Lindor delivers the keynote with a leadoff home run. As he has so many times in his Mets career, Lindor sets the tone. His 29th home run of the year. That's drilled to deep right field. Suzuki going back into the well. That ball is out of here! Brandon Nimmo ties the game with a 3-run homer. That is the second time in a week that they brought in a lefty to face Nimmo, and he's hit a 3-run homer. And he drives one deep left center field. Crow Armstrong back, and it's out of here! Francisco Alvarez puts the Mets in front with a 2-run homer. Alvarez with the biggest hit of his life, his 10th home run of the year, and the Mets are back in front. It's 9-7 in the 8th.
Soto hits this one pretty well. Deep left center field, and that is gone! Juan Soto, 43rd home run of the year. And it's fired back onto the field after some encouragement from the Cubs fans. 43 homers, 105 runs batted in for Juan Soto. Alvarez left field. This one is deep. Happ is back. And for the second night in a row, Francisco goes yard. And he gives the New York Mets life, a 2-run shot. And they break through, and maybe some deja vu on that side.
It's exactly what they needed as well. Changeup stays up. Francisco just getting all over it.
7 brilliant innings. Lindor unloads one deep left field. Back goes Happ, takes a look, and it's out of here! Francisco Lindor on to Waveland Avenue. His 30th home run of the year. His second 30-30 season. Lindor with a massive home run, and it's 3-0 New York. Beatty slams one to deep left field. Back goes Happ, back into the well, and it's out of here! Brett Beatty with an opposite field 3-run homer off the left-hander. Carlos Mendoza kept Beatty in the lineup tonight against the lefty, and Beatty comes through with a 3-run bomb to make it 6-0 New York. He has been the bellwether. And he drives one to deep right center field. Back goes Konai near the wall, and it's out of here! Lindor opens another game with a home run. This time on the game's second pitch. His 11th leadoff home run of the season. 31 on the year. 1-0 New York. Driven out to deep left field. Back goes Hernandez to the warning track, and it's out of here! Pete Alonso goes deep. His 38th home run of the year, and it's 2-0 New York.
Boy, Pete loves slugging against this Marlins team.